intention for your practice today, whatever that is for you. Bring your right knee up into your chest and interlace your fingers right underneath the top of your knee. So interlace your fingers and lift your hands up to the sky. You can move your head from right and left if it feels good. If it doesn't, don't do it. Feel your feet into the mat. Lift your insteps up. Feel the four corners of your feet. Good. Inhale, arms up over the head. Exhale, swan dive forward. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, come up halfway. Chaturanga Dandasana. Four modifications. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Be mindful of your fingers. Do they have spaces in between them? So all these postures are held for 5 breaths. If your legs are straight, please engage your quadriceps. Lift up the kneecaps. Breathe. So my drishti is the palm or my hand that's in the sky. If I have any cervical spine issues, I'm looking down at the ground. Inhale, come up. Press forward. What is yoga? Give me some. Talk to me about it.
Connect.
Huh?
To unite.
To unite. What else?
Connect.
To connect. What else? To harm. What are we harnessing? Your mind. Patanjali has a definition of yoga. What is it? What is it?
Removal of the fluctuations.
Absolutely, man. It is the stilling of the cravings and the fluctuations of your mind, right? Because he says, Guru Patanjali says that it's our mind that's the troublemaker. Yeah, so we have to harness it, and we have to learn how to still the mind completely. Once we still the mind, we are doing yoga. So what are the scriptures? What are the first scriptures? The Vedas. And what are they? There's 4 of them.
Rig, Sama,
Yajur,
and Atharva. Absolutely. Rig, Sama, Yajur, Atharva. And what did it propose? Upanishads. Wait, what does Upanishads mean?
Sitting at the foot of the teacher.
Absolutely. Sitting at the foot of the teacher, listening, learning. Self-study. It's like when I ask you to go home and to write and to read and to do all those things and to think, you're doing self-study. So we have these 8 limbs that we still use in our teachings today, and they're very important for us as yogis to understand them. Yeah, because we can actually do this self-study when we're going through these lists. Right? Sankalpa is what you will do. It's very, very, very direct. I will do this. And the more you tell yourself, you will do it. Coming back to the center. And if you can, and have no shoulder impingement, just reach your fingers to the front of the mat. And bring your hands a little closer to frame your chest. Lower the chest down so the chin hits the mat. And then come back up. And come up. Now hold that. Lift the chest up. Now release your arms and your leg for Dighasana. Good. Sit. Get your elbows and your knees in the midline of the body. Lift your chest like a cobra. Good. Now release your arms back like you're flying. Dighasana. That left leg goes back into balance. Breathe. Get your leg higher than your arms. Go forward. Lower your chest. Lower your chest. Yes, Caitlin. Take another breath. Hands on the ground. Come into standing split. Twist to the left. Try to bring your hands to your heart center. Yes. If you want to exalt, you can exalt. If you want to bind the top arm, bind it. release that back into crescent. Vinyasa. Vinyasa. Beautiful. Navasana. Lift your chest, lift your chest, lift your chest up, let the boat sink. Vinyasa. Inhale. Inhale. Navasana. Place your hands to your heart in Navasana. Inhale. Have 20 minutes, I want 20-minute vinyasa sequence about forward folding, about forward bending. And I want you now to talk about balance and all the postures that you feel. Not all of them, I don't want you to overload us with 20 minutes with a million postures. But I want you to incorporate some postures into that vinyasa that teach them about the beginnings of balance. Yeah? That's your assignment. If you accept it, you got it. 20-minute vinyasa, including everything I listed last week. Warm up, connection to the breath. Your theme is back bending.
Yeah, let's do it in a couple days. Okay.
Stop back in.
And then we're gonna do D and then A. From downward dog.
So D and then A.
Yeah. As long as it's right. Yeah.
Okay, take your time, we're in no hurry.
Bring your mind to your intention for today's class. We're going to come into a forward fold for ragdoll. So everyone inhale, your heart up to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward with a straight spine. And bring your hands to the pointy parts of your elbows. Back to Samasthiti, that's your heart.
Okay, to continue with our forward fold practice, I'm going to do 2 sets of Surya Namaskar A and Surya Namaskar B, warm up. So raise your hands over your head. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, bend forward, Uttasana. Lengthen the spine forward, inhale. Ardha Uttasana, fold forward, Chaturanga, Dandasana, or modification. And upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe. Extend the spine, inhale, fold forward. Exhale and inhale.
We're going to inhale, lengthen the spine up. And exhale, turn the torso over the thigh. We can rotate that right shoulder back. If you lengthen forward, go ahead and bend that knee if you need to. If you can, placing your hands over the leg, you can grasp the block if you're able to reach it. So we're pulling with the arms, lengthening the torso, lengthening the spine. And the breath to the hips.
We could have ended with the forward fold. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
More forward folding because we did really intense back bend. And that's not calming. That's kind of hard opening, right?
A modification would be to bend that right leg on the floor. Breathe. Come back into plank, push up. Come back up. And plank on the left side. Open that heart.
breathing. And flip back over. Placing those hands on the back of your hip, really inhaling up to the sky. Touch that forehead to the knees, and now lifting up, holding onto those heels, raising those hips up to the sky, feeling that incredible stretch in the spine after we just did camel. Breathing here, sitting back down, bringing ourselves back up into hero.
You open the hips last. We should have done camel last. See the order of sequence? So you spent a lot of time doing strength moves. They're fun, they're great, but they don't make the class any better. And when you came into a three-legged dog, that's internal rotation of the hip. Haley said it was feel your hip opening. It's not. Your hip is not opening in this posture. Your hip doesn't open in dancer either. Your hip stays closed. Dancer is a closed hip posture. It's not open. Right? So when you're doing that, make sure that you investigate. Because in dancer too, I'm opening up shoulder. You're doing, that's a double whammy. Right? Does that make sense? So I think the class was good. I just think the order needed to be tweaked.
Now, back up, switch sides. Keep blocks in your hands. Send forward, squaring your hips. Send the block in your hands, lift the left foot. Carry the arm out. Straight through middle.
Inhale, your right foot up. You can either grab your big toe with your yogi piece fingers, or you may hold onto the knee, whichever you feel comfortable and stagnant on the mat for this. Exhale, pushing your foot out. Keeping strong on your standing leg. A lot of balance is going to be created here. You want to make sure your shoulders and hips are aligned. Pull it out to the right, rotating from your hip socket. Pull it back in. You're going to release. Releasing your right foot, wrap it around your left leg. Locking your hands into eagle, keeping your knees and elbows in a line, sitting deep, raising up in your chest and breathe.
I like the sequencing. I think that it should have been more organically flowing though, but we'll get to that. That means it was piece, 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 and piece. So we had 3 pieces. You know what I'm saying? But they were all vinyasas in between. They were all little vignettes. So the more we do it, the more you'll start to progressively add on to them. Right? So because we never saw eagle. I never saw eagle until we saw it that one time. So in a progressive vinyasa, I would probably show them eagle in a place where I would bring them forward, do eagle, do a vinyasa, do the rest of the pose, and then start adding on to that. I like the way Miss May did the Supermans, you know, in the airplanes. Those are simple balances, and what they do is they're simple, but they're not so simple, right? And they raise the core temperature in the body. And so the body starts to get warm, and then we start doing more vinyasas, the body's warm. We want to create that heat so the body's open to do asana. So that's how we learn. We learn from our guardians, our parents, or whoever it is they're teaching. You learn this sequence by doing it and watching it in the beginning, and so you're mimetic, you learn. It's the basic learning function. That those thought patterns in us, we can be in the middle, we can look at it and not judge it at all. It is what it is. It's ugly or it's beautiful. You will not waste one more moment with a negative thought. Satnam and Namaste.